Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Filth Creatures podcast. My name is Dibbs, and this morning I am graciously greeted by the absolutely macho man mystery thing from Missouri.
I like how you put fucking thing. I like how you put thing on there. It's like instead like a thing. It like makes me think of like fucking like, you know, off of like the Addams Family. I'm just like gonna like grow all my hair out and just be like.
He was the best one.
Motherfucker. He was the best one.
Him, Uncle Fester, and
the thing, or no, it.
Yeah. That was the best
awesome.
three. They were the best three. How are you this morning? How are you this morning, sir?
I'm great, Dibbs. I'm perfect. I'm here to make merriment and fuck with your brain.
You had a bit of a late night last night, I believe.
Yeah, I did. I was up late. It was bad. I shouldn't have done it, but I did it.
Damn.
It was all that excess masturbation, man. You gotta watch. You gotta be careful of that. You just lose time fapping. Sometimes
you gotta put a stopwatch on that sucker, right? Let me just start the show by saying, man, Gears of War 4 is really good. It is really good. I am
for us plebes that can't get it early.
Whew. Yes. Oh, that's a salute. That's a thumbs up. Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's a thumbs up. Yeah, you're welcome. You're 100% welcome. That's the thumbs up that stands for go is sit down and rotate multiple times and enjoy.
So I had some issues around streaming that. Firstly, I have 2 capture cards on my PC. One was an AverMedia card that I was using all the time, and that stopped working, and so I had to revert to the Elgato. The Elgato wouldn't install. It would have the audio that would come through XSplit and the video that come through XSplit and nothing on my monitor for the pass-through, or it would have the video come through my monitor and nothing coming through XSplit. So I think it was about 8 or 9.
Dibbs, it's just this streaming thing is so easy.
Oh, it's easy. You just have to sit down and play video games, right?
You sit down and do it. It's not hard at all. Lies.
And all of it is lies, all the way down. Anyone who thinks that this is relatively easy, yeah, it is. It's easy once you get it all set up, but man, if something goes wrong and you're on a schedule, oh man, it throws it all out of whack.
It's fucking.
Instead of starting about half an hour after Australia and New Zealand got access to the game, I ended up starting 2 hours after just to troubleshoot all that stuff.
Ooh.
Not cool, but it's fine. The game is fun. I love it. And we'll be playing a crap ton of that over this weekend. But video games.
That does happen, yeah. Talk about shit that's mind-blowing in video games. So apparently, No Man's Sky's community temporarily was shut down due to toxicity. Really? You don't say.
What? I thought that they were like the most budding group of people too. Remember? It's like, oh man, there's so many possibilities. You can fly in a V formation with your crew.
You know what the sad part is? The sad part about this entire thing. The only thing I took away from this was the word toxicity. So like my brain went straight to like System of the Down's Toxicity. Yeah, that's great. That's fucking great. Because like that's how much I give a flying fuck about No Man's Sky at this point in time.
So
it's
what ended up happening around the whole thing was like earlier today, one of the largest No Man's Sky community hubs was temporarily shut down, causing a small communal panic before the subreddit was reopened under the new moderation. Though brief, the incident was the latest episode ongoing saga of fan drama surrounding the title. Of course, all of this stems from the massive disappointment. There are only 2 games in the last 5 years that I could attribute to this sort of catastrophe. One of them is this, and the other one is Star Wars Battlefront. Neither of them lived up to the hype, but a lot of people are willing. You know, like if you wish it enough, it'll be a good game, right? Like, you know, if you polish a turd, it's gonna be a piece of gold, right? Like, you know.
No, you polish a turd, it's still a turd.
Damn.
I mean, it's one of those things. I don't understand where the drama comes behind these really shitty games. Like, I don't understand. there is a point where even the most hardened fan will go, okay, yeah, this is shit.
Yes.
Only those that have complete blinders on are completely able. They're sheep. They're sheep. If you can't come to the understanding that this game was total utter drivel, and you're causing drama within a community because for whatever reason, I don't know what the reason, completely the reason the drama was started for, but if you're just doing that because you feel like everybody else has a different opinion than you do, then yeah, you probably need to be taken out back and treated like Old Yeller. I'm just saying.
Wow.
I have no mercy for people that are just stupid. I can't stand stupid, and that's we're getting to the point where it's folks are defending stupid, and why defend something that was so bad that like they called a mass fucking refund for the game. On top of that, there's a lawsuit going on for the game, and now you're causing drama on a Reddit page over a game that was so bad that like it literally almost gave me AIDS. I almost got butt AIDS from it. That's that bad. Yeah, that bad.
Have you noticed? I'm assuming that it's not just me, but I've noticed what's happened with the people who came out early and said this is the greatest game ever. All of them have not said a single thing since.
Oh yeah, no, they were paid a lot of money, and that's the problem. There is no fucking integrity anymore with reviewers and with people that get the game early. They're more than happy to suck down the fattest dollar dick just to be able to fucking make more money. They're just like, oh yeah, this is the greatest game ever, and it's not the fucking best game ever. The game is so par of the course, and they do that with a lot of games. There's only a few reviewers to this day that I feel actually speak the honest truth about games, and the rest of them are all just fucking plebes that they're just there to make a buck. And it's kind of saddening that is what the community has come to at this point in time. I mean, even big name streamers do this shit nowadays. They'll just be like, "Oh yeah, this is the greatest game ever. It's fucking amazing." And you go buy this game. First of all, you're telling a lie to all your fans. They go buy this game and it turns out to be utter shit, but they're not going to call you out on it because they're your fans. They're just like,
yeah, and also they get paid on it.
They call you out on it. Yeah, they fucking it's going to be bad.
Yeah, they get paid on the back end. A lot of them get paid on the back end. But the beauty of
they take it from the back boys.
The beauty of the internet today, the internet is that no longer do you have to go to major review sites like IGN, like GameSpot. You can find people within that sphere. Within journalism, and if their morals and their outlook sort of lines up with yours, then you can sort of lean a little bit in on what they have to say about a video game. I know everyone has their own favorite journalists. I have most of the guys from Giant Bomb because I followed them doing all their stuff when they all left GameSpot years and years and years ago. So it's a really big double cautionary tale.
Oh, sorry.
You got a stiffy.
That was the mid game break.
That was the morning wood. So a lot of people definitly do still follow it in blind and go, well, IGN gave it this score, and this gave it this score. It's like,
yeah, and that's the problem. It's like this comes down to being a leader and a follower, and the problem is nowadays we have more followers than we have leaders, and everybody's more than happy to follow the mass opinion instead of actually doing a little homework for themselves.
It's true. Talking about homework. I guess it's not really big. It's not a big segue, is it? It came out before my time. The next article that we have here is from Kotaku. It is the controller for the mini Famicom seems small. Now the mini Famicom is the Nintendo Entertainment's the NES Mini that is going to be coming out everywhere else. In Japan, it is obviously originally came out as the Famicom. And the controller itself looks tiny. It looks ridiculously small. I don't know how they managed to justify that, like, this controller here is something that people would want.
It's so cute. It's so cute. It's pocket size. You just take it with you. Just like,
I guess, like, you could. No,
I'm fully agree. There's something very much wrong with it that it needs to, like, for anybody that's got like a hand size of a small dog. you're gonna be kind of fucked playing that. You're gonna feel like you're fucking stepped into like Alice in Wonderland's tiny house, and you're the big guy in the fucking room just trying to.
Look, well,
I can't hit the button.
I've got an image. There's an image I've got up on the screen, and it has someone holding the controller, and literally their two thumbs are covering the down button and the A button, and they're also going off the controller itself. Mm-hmm. And it's not like they're reaching into the controller. It's literally like they're holding like little crab claws. They're just holding this control. Where is the, you know, like, where I get it. You want to make a smaller console, you know, to celebrate. You know, you're releasing these games, but you don't have to make the controller small, because the small controller. I get it.
I think there's a reason for it, though. I think there is an actual reason for the controller being so small. They don't. I think the mini controller, the mini Famicom, and all this stuff. Yes, there's going to be some nostalgia about it, but I think they really want to target like a younger audience, to have these like kids come back into this and like bring a whole new generation. So they make the controllers a little bit small. I'll tell you right now, my niece is currently playing all the original Nintendo games. Like,
wow.
we've sat her down and be like, this is what you're going to start off with. You're not touching the 3DS. You're not touching anything until you've played at least all the Mario games. You've played a couple of the Mega Man games and gone from there. This is what you're going to start on first. This is a game console that you will play on first. So I can understand them having a mini controller. Now, will they probably come out with a controller that's bigger? Probably. It'll probably be some extra money, which is a good way for them to sucker more money. I mean, make more money out of you. And it'll be one of those things. I full-heartedly say that it's not a bad thing to have this small controller, but if you're expecting adults to play it, yeah, we're gonna break the damn thing.
I'm looking here at the image, and it shows a comparison of what the old Famicom was and the size and the new Famicom. So obviously, for you guys that don't know about the Famicom, the controllers are actually hardwired into the system itself.
This is kind of saddening. I always liked the fact that they were unpluggable and stuff, and you just kind of moved on.
Absolutely. I believe the reason why the controllers are so small was simply because to keep that within scale of, now they've sized it down, so they need to size the controllers down. You could come up with a better way to do that, surely. You know, you don't have to make it look like, oh, here's a little mini Famicom, just like we used to sell before. Maybe you do just have two little ports on the side that you can plug it into, and it sort of looks like it's flush. I don't know. There's something to be had there.
Yeah, it's something great. I mean, it's one of those things that you're gonna have people that are gonna like it, and people that are just be like, well, what's this supposed to be? It's so tiny. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Do what you will with it, but like at this point in time, man, it is going to be what it is. If the controller's too small, you know they're going to realize that, and they're going to come out with something for you to either purchase or something of that nature, and they'll fix it. It's just going to happen at some point. It'll be good. They'll fix it, or they won't fix it, and they won't give 10 shits because it's Nintendo. They'll sell so many of it, and it doesn't even matter.
That's right. That's the point that I was trying to I was like, oh, I'll get to that. I think that, you know, this is a one and done deal for Nintendo. I don't think that they're going to be doing anything.
Yeah, they're just going to like blast it out, and then everybody's going to be like, oh, I get nostalgia.
This is the thing with Nintendo. NX is coming. Now we're sort of veering off course just a little bit, but this is something I really want to drop in here. The NX is coming. Yeah, the new NX console is coming. All they need to do to win, all they need to do to win is go, hey guys, if you pay us like $12 a month, you'll have access to a rotating roster of 100 games, and then you can vote in the top 5 of those games, and they'll stay in the catalog of our backlog of games. Man, that would win. That's it. Everyone just be like, peace.
That would be good. That would be good, but I don't see Nintendo doing that.
No, of course not.
I don't. Because that could be said about any company. PlayStation could do that. PlayStation actually already kind of has done that. They got the PlayStation Gamer backlog where you pay like $5
like
a month and you get a whole
the little one, and like the little minis and stuff that they have over there. Yeah.
No, you get like full on games now, dude. Like it's sick. Like you get backlogs for PlayStation 2 and PS1 games now on there too for paying it. I mean, like they just got like this whole thing, but it's like $5 to $10 out there. And so I mean, PlayStation's already kind of stepped over that, so it's kind of nice.
It is.
But anyways, talking about nostalgia,
Yes.
we're gonna move along from
this next one
that.
is
We're gonna talk about some Wolverine, but this is the Wolverine 3 poster that has come out, and it's labeled Logan, and it says March 3rd, and it was of his hand with the claws out, and it's a little kid holding the hand. Now apparently there's some controversy because apparently in the script, the very beginning of it, he says the F word, and he gets right into a fist fight. But apparently they're leaning towards a rated R rating for this. So I think they're trying to take a page out of Deadpool. Which I'm going to tell you right now, I have no problem with. Yep. They want to take a page out of Deadpool, and they want to make fucking Wolverine 3 tough, grumbled, and like just so hardcore it makes me smile. Dude, I am 100% for that. It's one of those moments where it needs to be done.
Yes.
Because Wolverine has never been family friendly. There is no part of Wolverine. He's a cigar smoking, chain smoking cigar man who loves alcohol, fucks women like they're going out of style, and has no problem with shanking a bitch.
That's true.
It's one of those moments where the very fact that they're going towards the rated R rating, that I applaud them. If they do it just like they did Deadpool, it'll be good.
He's hoping.
I mean, it will.
I mean, only time will tell. Only time will tell whether this will be.
Now with it saying Logan, I have a few predictions what it might be.
Please share.
They could be doing the Old Man Logan storyline, which would be cool. They might change it up from it having the Hulk and stuff in there, because I don't see them getting the rights to put Hulk in there. But I could be wrong, because like the Fox and Marvel could come to an agreement. That'd be great. Like they sit down and be like, hey, we'll let you use Wolverine in the next couple movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe if you let us borrow the Hulk for the Old Man Logan series. Or they could go down another route with Old Man Logan. Or it could just be kind of like a reminiscence of another storyline that happened right before the Apocalypse series, where Logan's basically trying to protect Kitty, to send Kitty back to do something with the timeline. I mean, they already touched kind of briefly on that in the last X-Men, not last X-Men, but the X-Men movie before that, Days of Future Past. But they could maybe go with that. It's really hard to say. It's either going to be one of those two, or it could be a telling of the actual X-Men, not X-Men story, but the actual Wolverine story, the actual true origins of Wolverine. But if they did that, that would mean they would have to basically nullify, even though I think they already have nullified most of the story arcs they've already done when they reset. So they could be doing like a throwback to like the younger Wolverine. I really hope that's not what they're doing, but it could be. It could be. I'm really hoping it's Old Man Logan.
I hope it's Old Man Logan, because at this stage, Hugh Jackman is not getting any younger. His last cameo, you could see it. You could see that it's like, wow. Makeup and special effects will only slow down the aging process for him just so much. And he's not, I'd love to see an Old Man Wolverine story.
Old Man Logan would be very much. Yeah, it would be very much appreciated. It would be nice. I mean, again, but as I said, like, I don't know if they did Old Man Logan, it wouldn't be the one from the comics. It would be something a little bit different, which I would be fine with. I'm okay with that, but it's still one of those things where the reason why Old Man Logan was so good is because it took so many different heroes and villains and kind of changed them. So it's one of those moments where I would have to see what they're going to do, like 110%. But I hope they do something great with it. I hope it's something fucking amazing and it blows out of the park. That's all I can hope.
Best wishes on that one. Whoever's writing and directing that movie, because you've got a massive hill to climb. Now, Ark, I have a question for you.
Yes, I have answers.
If you were in charge of a country, so you had an entire country at your disposal, and you would go to.
No, we're not talking about a little Asian dictator, are we? We're just talking about
no. We're talking about, like, a country, medium-sized country, a bit of a small country, but and you were sitting around in Parliament and stuff's going on, and you're sort of like, well, this is boring. What would you be doing?
Well, in all reality, I would probably be playing with my phone, probably.
Really? That's interesting.
I mean, like, yeah.
Because
No, I know what article you're talking about right
yeah.
now, but like in reality, yeah, I would probably be playing on my phone because I understand. Like, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, Norway's PM got caught playing Pokemon Go in Parliament, and I can't say it's one of those things where I can't agree and understand the issue. Because think about when you're in class. Just think about us normally day, like when we were in school.
Yep.
It was one of those schools where you could rip your fucking phone out after you were done with whatever, or like it was like a boring subject that you already knew you could ace, and you could be in the back of the room just playing with your fucking phone.
True.
Wouldn't you?
I would. I definitely would. Like here's a photo.
The very simple fact
of her
that
right
we
here.
have Parliament members doing the same thing. It's not that big of a deal to me. Then again, I say that and like. I really just don't give a flying fuck about government in general because they're all a bunch of big,
they are
dunce-wearing, hat-wearing bastards. But whatever, what do I know?
But I think it's very interesting. It's very interesting to see that even prime ministers will turn to something on their phone if it's a video game or.
I like the fact that it was
time.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Like she got caught playing Pokemon Go when you can't even move. You can't even get up and walk around.
There's a thing.
She's sitting there.
Yeah, she is. She's literally sitting there, and she's like, "What is she doing? Is she got a couple of lures out there? She hasn't got anything."
I don't know what she's got going on there. It's like. So what are you doing? You're just sitting there like throwing out lures. Okay, cool. So you're telling me that instead of walking around and losing some weight, there, ma'am. I'm not calling you fat. I'm just calling you a little bit roundish. Instead of trying to get some actual like exercise in here while you're playing it, you're gonna sit in Parliament. See, like I could accept that they're like sitting there playing Candy Crush or like Fappy Bird or any of that kind of shit. Yeah, Fappy Bird. That's what it's called, man. It's not Flappy Bird. It's Fappy Bird, dude.
Right.
It's Fappy Bird. But no, she's playing Pokemon Go, which is supposed to be a game where you're supposed to do it on the go. That's what the whole idea is. Like it was Nintendo's chance to trying to make super powered nerds. That's what it is.
It's not a bad way to put it, actually. Not a bad way to put it. But
she is failing right now.
Yeah, she is because she's behind the ball. I mean, like now everyone's sort of like off that.
Yeah, right? Apparently she was keen to hatch some of her 10-kilometer eggs. How can you can't hatch those by sitting down? I'm just saying.
Wait a second.
You gotta move.
Is she running hacks on that? PM is running hacks on that thing?
Who knows?
Is this a second level story here? Jeez,
yeah, she's fucking cheating. She's cheating, but hey, she's a politician. They always
that's
cheat.
fine. Yeah, that's fine. You know, like whatever, man. Long as everything doesn't end in nuclear, we don't end up in Fallout for real. That'd be great.
Not to rust the subject, but talking about stupid ass shit.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Let's bring up the PlayStation VR that apparently provides a lot of bang for your virtual reality buck.
So Ars Technica did a once over. Ars Technica for me is very hit or miss. Sometimes it's an article that it's like, okay, this is interesting. You guys are covering this thing that hasn't been covered, and then sometimes it starts leaning in towards maybe, hey, they got an early access copy. Early access model, or maybe 2 of them or 3 of them, in exchange for essentially a bit of a fluff piece. But I do understand where this is sort of where the sphere in which this is coming from, because VR is not cheap. It is not cheap at all. When you start
my problem with it is it's not actual VR.
No, you're exactly right. I watched and
I hate that they tag. It's one of those moments where I don't even know what to call it. Because you can't. It's not augmented reality, because that's something else. Yes. Virtual reality is something else. What it is a small little screen that you put this fucking close that has a motion sensor. So it's motion. It's motion reality.
Motion reality.
It's a motion TV. It's a momentum TV. It's fucking something different. And I swear to God, if that somehow gets coined, I coined it first. Fuck you guys. Royalties go here.
So have you tried VR yourself?
I have tried VR. It is still to this day one of the most pointless, idiotic things I have ever done. And if you guys don't know who my brother is, Fox Senpai, he is buying one of these VR headsets either for the PC or for the PlayStation. I don't know which one he's buying yet. God help me. And he is bound and determined to get me to do one live. understand. I want no part of this because I think it is the most stupidest fucking thing.
It is.
Because you could take that money and buy 3 video games, 4 video games for the price you got to fucking shell out for these things.
And the hardest thing that a lot of developers are trying to do now is like, how do they make the killer app for VR? How do they make the killer game for VR? I watched.
Oh yeah, it's very easy. You just fucking make a jump scare game.
True.
Everybody likes jump scares.
It's
just
true.
like,
A lot of it's been done. A lot of that's been done already with the jump scares. I went and watched the Giant Bomb. They did a coverage of like when VR came out. They basically covered all the launch games and all that sort of stuff. One of the ones that really made me go, oh wow, this is how they're sort of getting around it. Job Simulator. So if you play it on the HTC Vive, you set up the room. It figures out the room space. So when you're in a cubicle for or the space that you're working in, it gives you that actual space that's mapped out. Now with the PlayStation VR, it puts everything within arm's reach, and everything is really close to you. Everything's confined, so you're looking down. And whereas if you play using HTC Vive, you have a lot more space to move around in to like make up for that. If this is the case, if this is literally going to be, VR is going to be a case of, oh wow, we're basically going to put your head on a turret now, and you're going to only have to interact with things like you saw. I'm pretty sure you saw the new Sirius. Is it Sirius Max? The new Sirius Sam. The new Sirius Sam game. They're like a new Sirius Sam shooter. It's literally a shooter on rails. Think like
it's a rail shooter.
Yeah, think like Virtual Cop or like Point Blank or something like that, or
I think it's the old Terminator game.
Yeah, and it's you have one spot and it's just a wave of enemies and you just have to look around and shoot them and do stuff like that. If it's that type of thing, I'm completely out. But if they start taking this VR thing half seriously, can you imagine what it would be like? If they
it's like the new Batman VR game, as well as the what's the other one? The Resident Evil VR game.
Yeah,
like both of those are supposed to be VR, and those are both games that move around and you look through them. First of all, I want to like point out like the Batman one is going to be so fucking hard to play in VR. I'm sorry. That is going to be one of those where people are going to be getting motion sickness and shit way too much. The Resident Evil one, I don't see that one doing too badly because there's not a lot of like flying motions. You're not drop kicking people in the face. You're literally shooting, running away, or hiding. That's like your 3 options in that game. So I see that one doing halfway decently. Though, as I said, it is going to be jump scares, so I see a lot of people fucking breaking their virtual headsets or pulling them out of place or jumping too far away and stuff. It's just gonna be one of those things,
and flipping out and doing that and doing all that sort of stuff. But can you imagine instead of going hey, I want to go on a trip to Europe, if they just go and map out a lot of those places and you just walk through there?
Yeah, but that see, I can't get behind that though. I really couldn't. No, because that just brings down the whole exploring our world thing. Instead, it's like, oh, you can explore the world. You can explore the world from your home. You never have to go out and go do anything. It's like, and they wonder why this generation is the most fat, laziest generation. Because guess what? You guys keep putting out shit like this, and they don't want to go do anything.
It's true. It's true.
Why they're so sheltered? They don't actually know anything. It's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
And but the funniest thing to come out of this PlayStation VR stuff is they brought back the Move controllers. And
it's because everybody likes to fucking waggle around sticks with balls on it.
Yeah, I just don't. Look, I think it's, if you want to sort of like go in that field and do it. But you know what Sony should have done? Instead of going down this road and doing VR stuff, just put the R&D to a new console. That's all you need to do, man. Or you know what they need to do? Cohesively tie together all their online system. Have a proper friends list thing set up and flesh everything out in that regards, and don't just go in and burn money. I know that people like VR is like the new hottest thing, and people are looking at like
VR is like 3D. It's a cheap gimmick. Why would you do it?
It is. This is the thing. This is something that like I'm sort of toing and froing with. Is VR going to be something that we're going to see a byproduct of that is going to become something else? Like we had 3D. The byproduct of 3D was we got 144 hertz monitors. which is great for guys that plays FPS. FPS. So what is the byproduct of VR going to be? Is the byproduct of VR going to be, whether, I don't know, like,
it's gonna be sex simulators, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. If the porn industry doesn't pick something up, it doesn't succeed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
That's just the way that's just the way the world works, unfortunately. And Betamax, man.
Talk about industries that aren't succeeding right now.
I don't know about if it's succeeding or not. But
there's a new Narcos game, but it sucks.
Yes.
There's a new Narcos game, but it sucks so bad. Sucks so bad.
Have you actually had a first-hand thing of installing this game?
I actually sat down after seeing the article and like watched shit on it. They basically, what they did is I think they tried to make like fucking
Clash of Clans,
no, not kind of. It's kind of like a mixture of Clash of Clans and like another mixture of fucking I'm trying to remember what it's called right now. Like StarCraft. It's like a mixture between the two.
Yep.
It's like the old Command and Conquer. Like it's like oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. I was watching.
It's such a weird tie-in for such a really good show. I'm pretty
because
sure.
Like out of all the things that you could have done with this, instead of like being like a trader, like a trader of drugs, you basically like you're small scale wars, dude. Yeah. There's small scale wars.
Yeah,
and it's like, how is this like? I don't remember there being turrets on this fucking show. I literally just got done watching the first episode. I don't remember there being like turrets all over the fucking place. I don't remember that. Where the fuck was that? Where was the giant nuclear bomb? Where was the fucking?
That's the deleted.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. That's when they all go to war and they all sit in. They all shave their heads and have those big egg chairs that spin around and they have a secret volcano layer and all that. Sort of stuff. Okay. Yes, that's
I expect you to die. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Speaking about villains. The latest Hitman episode is the good kind of difficult. So
I haven't played any of the Hitman. I'm not a huge fan of Hitman, so I don't know.
So I'll play Hitman and get through a level and be like, I'm done. You know what I mean? I found my way through the puzzle and then it's done. But I really do respect what they went with the model. Instead of releasing a game with 10 levels and that's it, releasing it as DLC and making it come out like as a season really gives them the opportunity to not just make a level but flesh out a level properly, give you different ways to play the map, give you different ways to different objectives to do. They also do these things like called bounties where they will have they'll have like a bad guy that'll show up and it's like, well, if you take him out while he's available on the map, then you get extra stuff that shows up in game. That's a really cool way to flip the formula away from, hey, look, what's the quickest way? I mean, back in the day, what was it? What's the quickest way to take him out? Stealthiest way to take him out, and the loudest way to take it out to finish the level, basically.
It's actually pretty cool. I mean, like, I've heard good things about it so far of all the Hitman series lately. There was a low point for Hitman, but like I've heard good things lately for Hitman. So it's one of those things where they're getting it. They're understanding the team behind it for Square they're fucking on it, man. They understand what they're doing at this point in time.
They're absolutely to see a team take an IP that was, okay, let's say it, Hitman was on its way out. The movies weren't that great. First movie was okay, but like the IP itself was sort of like waning and fading away into this thing where it's like almost Resident Evil movie territory. To be able to bring it back and then say, hey, look, we're going to release this game, and then once everyone was like really excited about it, then flip it and go, hey, we're going to make it a season, and this is the new direction we're going to take it, and then stick to it and make it enjoyable. And something that people can really latch onto and not just play once through, but come back and continuously keep coming back and
actually try to do different parts on it. Yeah, I mean, like just that replayability of it. Yeah, that's all that matters, is being able to, if you can come back to a game and keep playing it over and over and over again, that's always a fucking sexy thing. It's beautiful.
It absolutely is. Speaking about weird, strange, sexy things. IO9 put up had an article.
I wouldn't call this sexy. I would call it more
in the show she's okay.
Non-sexy.
In the show she's okay.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, in the show she's okay, but like, no, I wouldn't call this sexy. I would call it more of a It's a moment. So yeah.
Everyone hates Jessica Jones in her new comic.
So okay, so just to give you guys a little bit of a down low on this, apparently some shit went wrong with Jessica Jones's comic. It was brought back by the same people that made the original comic, but apparently she's at odds with all of her friends. Her and her husband, who is Luke Cage. Spoiler bomb for anybody that didn't know, these two hooked up at some point in time and made a baby. But there you go. Yep. Mind blown. So that happened, and right now apparently she's even at odds with her husband, and for some reason her daughter is either dead, missing, or something happened. I'm not exactly 100% sure what's going on, as there's not actually been too many details released on what happened to her kid. But apparently they are all super pissed off at her, and it just kind of came out of nowhere because they just started the series back up. Literally, it just started back up right after the Jessica Jones Netflix series got big. Just started up right after that, not even half a year after the Jessica Jones stuff came out. It started back up.
Milk it.
They dropped it on you, fucking boom. It was like instant, bam. Here's all this stuff. Here's all this stuff that happened. And we don't know why. We don't know how. We don't know why. We don't know what happened to her daughter. We don't know why all of her friends have turned their backs on her. And here's my thing with it. It's one of those moments where I hate when writers do this. They don't lead up to it. It just fucking happens. Bam. Here you go.
It's true.
And it's like, okay, that doesn't give me any suspense. Now all I have is these fucking questions, and I can't enjoy the story because I'm going, okay, well, what the fuck happened here? When are you going to flesh this out? When are you going to tell me what's going on here? So it's one of those moments, and then I just can't get behind this at all. I really can't, especially since Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, even though I like their characters and stuff, they have never been big forerunners in the comic book series for the Avengers. They've always been side characters. They've taken care of the Avengers Mansion, or they've been out on the streets and doing stuff there. Then the point of those two is they've had so much strife. They finally came together, got married, and it was a really great scene and everything, and everybody really enjoyed it. Now they're ripping them apart for what? For what reason? What is the whole fucking point behind this?
I don't get no idea. I have no idea. I think it's one of those things where in the end, it's either gonna be yes, this is a cool arc that's gonna happen, a cool story that's gonna happen, or it's gonna flop and they're gonna go, yeah, it's not canon. It's not canon. It's just another universe.
I feel like the comic book writers have no fucking idea anymore how to write family units or anything, because they originally the ones that did the writers that did it in the Avengers made the Cage family look amazing. They had wrote it really well. It was really well working. And now the original writers of Jessica Jones are back, and I don't fucking know, man. It's if you wanted to write Jessica Jones before if you want to write Jessica Jones when she's off by herself, then do a pre-series and fucking write it where she's not married, she doesn't have the kid or anything. Write the early years before the point gets to that point.
Or the point where she finds her powers and goes
do that
process. Because
don't write it afterwards. I mean, it's already set in stone. People are already used to them being the power family and shit. So you doing that is just basically making all your fan base go, well, fuck you, we're done.
we know this story already. Time to wow us and time to impress us. But if we already know the story, it's the same thing with Spider-Man, man. Everyone knows Spider-Man's backstory, but I swear if they have to explain it again, that's what I love.
One more time,
Civil War. So I love that Civil War. It's it's all implied. Everyone knows it. It's on with the story.
Yeah, it was there. It was there.
It's this next article is something that took me completely by surprise, and it's something that let's get into the article and then we'll do that stuff. We'll do the explanation stuff behind it. So, does this mysterious website holds secret details of a Daft Punk world tour in 2017? Daft Punk, amazing. I don't have to say anything. I don't have to say anything about them. Anything anymore about them. They're amazing duo. The crazy thing is when that I enjoy is when Easter egg hunts happen. So one of the biggest ones so here basically what they had is they had this page and it just said alive and there were some numbers behind it. Then people dug into the source code and it had into the code for the page, and it had all these different locations, and people figured out that, hey, look, this it's dates basically. So Paris, LA, London, New York, Tokyo, Sao Paulo, and Brazil, Ibiza, and Indio, Palm Springs, in the United States. That putting it in that next level as like an Easter egg,
actually using all the coordinates and shit.
Is great. The biggest one that rings in my mind is I Love Bees, the Halo promotion, or the Half-Life Lost Coast, I believe. When they were announcing that, they Valve went to absolutely extreme measures to hide such little information into game files in the hope that people would just dig and dig and dig, and they found it and figured it out, and it led to people calling phone lines and getting answering messages from like characters in the game, and taking it just away from, hey, here's a video game, it's dropping here, or here's something that's happening at this date. Like, let people work for it, man. Like, people, Overwatch has done that recently.
I like that. I really do enjoy when fucking artists, companies, and just individuals take the time to make it interesting. They want to see you work, or they want to see you use your brain to figure things out. And like the fact that Daft Punk's always kind of been like that, though. They're always really, really, really pushing the bounds of what they feel like their fans are able to do on occasion. And they're just like, hey, guess what? We're doing a concert, but we're not telling you we're doing a concert. It's all right there for you to figure out yourself.
You have to find it.
Come on.
Another big one was Overwatch recently when they released Anna. They had like some little Easter eggs and stuff, and it was like, oh well, figure it out. And people weren't on the right trail, so the devs were sort of like, maybe you should be looking at this. And then everyone sort of figured out that, hey, look, Anna is who she is, and before she came out, and that was a cool thing. I really enjoy when people who are creative not just go, hey, I'm just going to put something out, but they give people something a little extra to think about and give them a little bit of a puzzle to really go at.
That's great. It's one of those things. I can't wait. I
cannot wait. Like, if I could make it, I would make it. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to make it. The next closest thing is a Blu-ray. Just go check out the Blu-ray and just see what it's like. Do we have any? While we're here, we usually take questions from the live audience we've got here over on Twitch. If you guys don't know, we go live 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, on twitch.tv/dibbsGG. This also goes up on our YouTube as well. It is also up on SoundCloud, but we are getting closer to being able to put it onto iTunes, so you guys can download it through those services. You can leave messages and questions and all sorts of stuff all over the place for that. Yes, you can. We can find.
We want all those messages.
Do we have any? Do you have any? Anything? I can't bring it up because it'll overlap your beautiful face there, my friend. I believe you got sent some notes for that one there. Here we go. Black Jesus, have you heard that Iron Fist might drop March 17, 2017? The Defenders drops this time next year. I have heard about Iron Fist.
I did not know about the Defenders.
I didn't know about the Defenders. Yes.
Is that like circulating on Reddit? Where is that circulating at? There's the question. Like that's one of those where how true can that actually be? If it's actually coming from a reliable source, maybe Marvel themselves have hinted at it, or Netflix have. It's one of those moments where it would be really cool if Defenders came out, but at the same time, they have a few more people they would have to run through to get Defenders up and running, unless they're just going to use Iron Fist, and then pull in fucking Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Punisher, and Daredevil. That's all they're pulling into it. Then I could see Defenders working, but at the same time, there's several key members from Defenders, the old Defenders comics, that I would prefer to see put in there if they were going to do it, that they would have to still flesh out before I would be 100% on board with it.
I think better to take their time and do it thoroughly, so that when it lands, everyone goes, "Oh yeah, I know these guys' stories." Like, then take the DC route in regards to, hey, we need to catch up, so everyone knows these guys' stories. Let's do this. Oh, we're not going to. Everyone should know their stories by now. No one knows Aquaman's story outside of comic book nerds, man. No one knows.
Okay. Right?
Yeah,
No.
it's, just let's explain it first, because then if you set it up, then you only have your own source material to refer to, and there's no speculation of like, well, in this comic, it's like, well, that's not canon. What about this? That's not canon. It's like, well, why don't you tell us, and then you can create the canon that feeds into the final product that we've got over here. We got here.
Batch ask about the Duke Nukem 3D Anniversary World Tour is out next week. Do you plan to get this and revisit the classic?
So here's the thing. I'm looking at you. The Duke Nukem for me didn't ring as true as Wolfenstein. Never rung as true as Doom. Those two sat so high on my list of like, this is what that genre is. I know, and obviously, Duke Nukem is that cheeky, is that tongue in cheek type thing of like, oh, it's strippers and shit. But like, I just don't think that another Duke Nukem game at this stage is warranted. Yes, if you're going to bring it out, fine, bring it out, do whatever you need to do for it. But
all it is a reskin of a classic. It's not a new game. All they did was they just revamped the textures and feel of the original Duke Nukem, which is fine. But at the same time, it's one of those moments where it wasn't really needed.
Yep.
Because the original Duke Nukem was exactly what it was. It was a tongue-in-cheek kind of parody of Doom. And it wasn't that good to begin with. It was fun to play. Like as a kid, I remember. Oh, not as a kid, as a teenager, I remember enjoying it. Just for the very simple reason that it was more mature and adult-like than most games were at the point in time. I mean, like, dudes literally throwing ones at strippers so they can take their tops off and shake their tits face. Yep. It was one of those. It wasn't one of those moments where I didn't enjoy it for the reasons I should have enjoyed it, which was it was a first-person shooter. Well, attempting to be a first-person shooter, like Doom was attempting to be a first-person shooter. And that's kind of the reason why. It came down to the kind of like that. And I was like, now that I'm a little bit older and I think about it, it's like, I don't really have too many fond memories of it. I remember blowing through it, and I remember at one point in time spending like 30 minutes just throwing ones at a stripper. So that's the most my memory holds on it. I know that's kind of sad, but it's the truth.
Yeah, I think that game, it's very much a period piece. When you want to talk about literature and you want to talk about like games, it's very much in that era of like, okay, that game came out because it was very tongue in cheek and it was something that needed to be done. Sort of like Postal. Postal now is very like, well, really? Okay, I guess. Like, give me some entertainment.
Manhunt. That's like Manhunt for me. It was very, the reason why it did so well, so it was controversial. I mean, like, it literally showed you how to kill people.
yeah, and then there were games that were banned on the PlayStation 1, like Thrill Kill, that never made it through, but now you look at it and like, wow, this is so tame compared to today's standards. But you take it back then and you're like, well, I guess this was like the most gory you could get at the time.
Back then, the parents didn't understand.
Let's go here. Marky's got a question from Smarts. So Smarts 921 on YouTube, episode 3 of the podcast. He put in all the Five Nights at Freddy's games get delayed. Scott Cawthon, the creator, does it to make the fans want the game more. I guess it's good.
Yeah, for the fans, but for like from a business practice standpoint, it's shit.
It is. It absolutely is, because people are waiting for something to come out. If people are frothing at the mouth for it.
I mean, like, that'd be like us. That'd be like us, like saying we're gonna do this 5 times a week, and then we're just like, we're gonna take this week off. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, yeah, exactly right. And
then next week we only do like 1 episode.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't happen that way. I get it, because he is playing. He does have the younger audience is definitely feeding into that game, and it's like, hey, we'll do the tease thing, and it'll happen. But I just don't think that is the right way to go ahead and do it. Yeah, it's not
a sound. Like, no, don't get me wrong. Like, the guy apparently he's apparently well loved because he drops the games really early.
Yep.
Which is fine. I mean, the thing is, though, is how much is that as him dropping the games really early, and how much of it is actually him overshooting his time to make sure he's safe on development, unlike some companies do, and then he realizes that, hey, it's done, I can drop it now. Boop, there you go.
It's true. It's true. I think it's well. Hey, I don't think I'll be playing Five Nights at Freddy's, but when it does end up coming out,
it's the sister location. So, like, if I play it, it's because somebody bought it for me.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not a game that essentially holds my interest way too much, but it is interesting to know pieces about the lore and how it ties in and how there's a much darker story and all that sort of stuff. Really makes you go, holy crap, man! Like, there definitely are crazy people among us in some way, shape, or form. Let's here Ford's pretty cool, and he wrote a book called The Silver Eyes about the whole story. Okay, cool. So I guess he had to put all this stuff out, right? Let's go here. So BJ's asking, how adverse would you be to a new Star Trek series taking place after TNG?
In The Next Generation, that was the one with Patrick Stewart, correct?
There are 4 lights.
Number 2.
Wesley! You little shit.
My thing, I really can't, like, see, I'm not a huge Star Trek person. I never have been. I mean, I like it. It's not one of those. It's one of those things where I'm not. I like The Next Generation. It was like probably the one that I liked more than all the other ones, because I thought Patrick Stewart was a sexy Jean-Luc Picard.
Smooth, man, smooth as velvet. That guy.
Right, yeah. So, like, it was one of those where I did like it. My thing is, if they did a TV series based off of Star Trek: The Next Generation, like after The Next Generation, I really wouldn't know. I couldn't say if I would be for it or against it. It kind of comes down to one of those moments where I'm just like, I don't know. I really don't know how I would feel about it, because it's one of those moments where it's really hard to top the character in that series that I really enjoyed. So, like, it's one of those moments. I mean, like, would Stewart be willing to come out and be like a retired captain or maybe something like that? That would be kind of cool if he like came back and revised his role. But besides that, it's just another Star Trek. I mean, like, they can just do whatever they want with Star Trek at this point in time. I mean, they already have. They had Star Trek Voyager, Deep Space Nine, all this other shit like that. So I wouldn't say I'm for or against a TV series. There's just already so many Star Trek TV series. It's really hard for me to say nay or yay. You know what series I want them to bring back? Stargate.
Yes.
That's the one I want to fucking
bring
back.
Shit, yes. Yes. I just painted the room. With my eel. Yes. Stargate SG-1, man. I want just a quick flash to say, hey, this is what's going on. Okay, that's cool. That's
they did the Stargate. What was it called? It was the
Atlantis?
last one. It was not Atlantis, because they had Stargate SG, Stargate Atlantis, and it was basically like Stargate Voyager or some shit like that. It was Deep Space or something like that. Stargate Universe. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Stargate Universe. So it was one of those moments, like the Stargate Universe, and it turned out to be a really, really interesting series. Basically, they were stranding on a Atlantean ship that was fucking super amazing, and they dropped it. Even though its numbers were doing well, it wasn't doing bad, but they dropped it.
It's weird considering that Stargate SG-1 is the longest running sci-fi TV show in existence. I think it holds that record. To then come in and have to see a show that is getting some measure of success and go no, it's crazy, because the sci-fi TV shows, they're maybe not as popular now, but once it's run 3 or 4 seasons, then the popularity starts building behind it. Then the culture and all that sort of stuff behind it starts building. And or you end up basically like in the same realm as like Firefly, right? Just like another series that like maybe coulda, shoulda, woulda, and just never did, and we'll never know what that sort of would have played out. What do we got here? Yep. All right. Cool. Longest sci-fi is Doctor Who. Yes, but the longest single series with a cast with the same cast is
it was SG1.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay,
But,
yeah. I guess Doctor Who, but I always count Doctor Who as like a new Doctor, new series, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I do. Yeah, it's one of those. But boys and girls, this is where we're gonna actually have to ask you. Hold all your questions for next one, as it's about time for us to skedaddle.
Nice. So, Mr. Arc DK, if people want to find you on the internet, on the information superhighway, where can they find you?
You can technically find me anywhere, but right now I'm actually going to be pushing my Beam, my Beam profile. I am trying to currently get to 300 followers on Beam, so I can get a partnership over there. So if you guys want to go over there and check me out, just go over to the new Beam.tv or .com, one of the two. I can't remember which one it is right now. Beam.pro. Thank you. Beam.pro, and type in ArcDK and look for me there, guys. Currently trying to become a famous person over there, so you want to help me out? Do it, buckos. I get some butt touchings.
Absolutely, man. Like I'll put some annotations up on this video as well.
No worries.
Some links and stuff to like get your butts over there. And if you guys want to follow me, obviously you guys already are. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to subscribe. Also go live every single night on Twitch. I'm actually, after this podcast, after this show that we're recording live, I'm going to take about an hour and a half, 2 hour break, and then I'm going to continue playing Gears of War 4. Yeah, that is, whoa, rip your ears. That is the Filthy Creatures podcast for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until this time next week, make sure you eat all the yellow snow, because that's where all the flavor is.
Oh. Remember, if you're a Kanye fan, drip, drip, drip.
Drip, drip, drip. All right, guys, you have a fantastic day. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. See you soon.
Toodles.
Every time.
Right?
That fart. Every time.